So for my first Black Friday and like Christmas for my business, for the beginning of the year, so I started my baseline business behavior mentorship because I know that there's people that are where I was last year, where I felt like I'm ready to start that business. Like I need to take the leap. I'm freaking burnt out. I need to leave and I need to get that avenue outside of what I'm doing right now. And I still need to survive. And I feel like I want to retire early. So let me make my own fucking money and not have to dedicate my whole life to other people that don't value my life, because my life is just a job. It's like a job, literally. So it's like, you know what? I'm at that point in my life where I want to know how I can help my future version of myself. So how are we going to be thriving? Oh, I got to start making money my own way. And I figured out that way, right? And I've been sharing my journey. So if you go on my TikTok, you will literally see whatever I was posting last year compared to where I am today. Okay? And you should. Because I formed my business in October. So you can kind of see when I started coming online. And start feeling comfortable to start becoming my brand and showing what I know, so that I know my services will be valuable one day. So like gaining my community of people that appreciate and will spend money on my knowledge because of everything that I've shared with them resonated at some point. You see what I mean? So anyways, I just get so passionate about this stuff, and then I lose my breath and I forget all the time because I have ADHD. So the way that my brain thinks is not as your average typical one, but also I'm a behavioral analyst, a BCBA. Like, we analyze behavior. We understand the antecedents, behavior, and consequences as to, aka we know what happens before behavior occurs. We know what's motivating for someone. We know how fast somebody the temptation could be so, high value. The MO might be really high because they can access it immediately, and they're not thinking about the consequences, because right now they're winning if they get that. So you have people that just think instantly, and they don't think about the consequences. So that's the problem. You have to make them aware of their behavior so that they know that their behavior has an effect in their environment, and they share this environment with you. Every one of us is a part of a community when you leave your house. So you need to understand how your behavior affects your environment, aka how you treat other people. You need to be mindful of that. And that's why they have a lot of sayings like, you better respect others with, like respecting others. Don't say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing nice at all. Hello. So I'm just here to generalize behavior and make you more aware of your own behavior and become mindful of yourself. But also, you're going to realize how other people treat you. You're going to understand how much value you actually are to somebody, and how reinforcing you are, because of the consistency of how often you see each other and the quality of time. It doesn't have to be frequent to be considered like reinforced. Like you're looking for quality as you get older instead of quantity. And at some point, you just need you should become a small dose of full value, like quantity, ASAP. Because your time is your money. And you're going to realize that too, as part of my business mentorship program. I'm going to be running like 2 different programs at least at the same time, because I need you to understand that you could balance both of those perspectives in your mind, your real life and then your business life. So I'm running my business behavior mentorship all year long. And it's going to be a monthly membership. If you think that this month you feel like you're ready to invest in yourself, because as an entrepreneur, you need to spend money on yourself first before you become a business, which means you need to value who your future version is going to be. So yeah, you know what? Let me invest this to gain knowledge. I'm sharing everything I went through this past year. I'm literally giving you a task list to check off whenever you're ready. And I tell you, free. This takes 3 minutes. You could do that. Nope, you only need $85 to launch your LLC. Literally, you don't need $1,500. Look, your state says $88. That's how much you're paying to start your LLC. Mine was $120. Now I'm a CEO for $120. And then you're in charge of determining how you're going to make your money. And I share all the ways you're going to make your money. You know why you're going to make your money? Because I'm going to make sure you make your money. Because we're creating this hub of all of us together so that we know where to go. We have someone for you. Oh, you're stuck on toileting? Here's some options. You could do virtual mentorship. You could have somebody in your state. You could do the personal route. We have options. If that's your niche, let me know. I'll add you to the list. If you got feeding, I got a couple SLPs. I got some OTs. I'm so on my calendar to meet with. Like, hello, do you see where I'm going? So yeah, you can absolutely do this because I'm sharing it step by step. It's my second week into my membership, and like, I mean, I need to do a better job posting what people are sharing with me, because like I'm getting very reinforced at the back end, and I'm just too like humble to not to share, to keep it to myself. So it's like, I know people could benefit this. So it's like, okay, let's make this affordable. And then also too, I'm teaching you the baseline of any type of business, whether you're doing lashes, whether you're doing nails, whether you want to do a little tutoring thing on the side, if you want to form an LLC or a little sole proprietor, come into my membership. See, and it like, if you're at an S Corp level, then you're way beyond the baseline level. Like, that's another level. Like, if you're looking to do an S Corp, like, no, you LLC and sole proprietor is the first step if you want to start your own business. Anyways, forgot where I was going. Oh, so the classes that I'm starting simultaneously. I'm doing my baseline BCBA. This is my business, right? Baseline business behavior. BX stands for behavior, because you need to know that this is what it takes for you to start that baseline. You have no knowledge at all of what it takes to go independent and become an LLC or form your entity. This is the class for you. That's that. And you have a whole list. The next one is my baseline BCBA mentorship. Baseline BCBA mentorship. This is for grad students about to pass the exam. If you're about to take this exam, you want to be proactive and start learning what you need to learn right now. Okay? Because guess what? You could fail that test. I failed my test my first time. Okay? I know someone that's failed it 5 times. I know people that failed it 11 times. Okay? My girlfriend got till the end of this year to pass it. If not, then she got to do the 5th test list because she was on the 4th. Like, they give you a certain time to pass this exam. If you don't pass it, you don't pass it. Then you got to pay more fees and invest more in yourself. So listen, this baseline BCBA mentorship, if you are a grad, even the RBTs, the passionate RBTs that actually think they could open up their business right now, those ones, yeah, I'm talking to you. You want to be a part of this mentorship. Baseline BCBA, I'm going to share my first year, everything you need to know as a first year BCBA. That's why I'm calling all my programs baseline, because this is the baseline. You're either going to pass or fail when you reach this contingency, and I want you to pass. So for your baseline, you're passing. You're not failing this. If you take my course, you're going to be passing your first year. I promise you. I can't promise you disclosure, but if I had my advice that I'm sharing, I know I would have never gotten burnt out as soon, because I would have got it under my belt to realize how much I can actually handle before I turn to burnout. So this is the year. I don't even care if you're a BCBA for 2 years. If you don't know, you're still uncertain, or you just want a little guidance or a little validation, because not everyone thinks like us. We are very limited to who we can speak to in our natural environment, and we have to individualize it every day. So like, think about it. You need to be able to reach out to somebody to have you validated. Like 3 people, you know what I mean? Like, baseline, you always have to have 3 days of baseline. FBA's 3 days of observations. Like, hello. Anyways, this first year, I'm gonna tell you all that black and white stuff in the books, all the gray area. This is the gray area, and I love that because me and Brenda are working on neuroaffirming practicing, the gray area that no one talks about. Literally, we're launching in January 2, so we're gonna start selling those tickets. Brenda collab. So this is gonna be on Sundays, because as a business owner, you're working on Sundays, okay? You working 24/7, so Sundays is really your Mondays to motivate you. How am I going to motivate myself tomorrow? That's how you think of, that's your business mindset, okay? But if you're in your BCBA mindset, it's Monday, it's because it's Motivation Mondays. I got to motivate you to get through your week, okay? So that's why they're on these specific days, because I paired those days with those things, but I also want to repair it with positive things for you, okay? And eventually, I'm just going to have my ABA Made Easy mentorship, where I break down ABA concepts, and that's it. Definitions. I go over my resources on a video format, and you could just read and learn visually, 2 ways to understand my material. So those are my specials for the new year. Subscribe.